Lucky thinks you and I belong together.
He means as friends. I told you he wants me to look out for you.
No, that's not what he meant. He's hoping you and I will be a couple. And then I'm out of his life, he's off the hook. Who does he think he is? Manipulating us like our feelings don't even matter.
Maybe he saw us together and he got the wrong idea. Thought that there was something already going on.
But I've told Lucky how I feel and he doesn't care. I've stopped pretending. Lucky doesn't want me anymore, and he's doing everything he can think of to get me out of his life.
Lucky, Spencer, would you come with me, please?
You want to fill me in here? What's the charge?
My orders are to take you down to the station.
Lucky, what's going on?
I don't know, beats me. Is he under arrest?
The commissioner wants to see him about the kidnapping.
Well, I'll go with you. He's my brother.
Okay by me.
No, Nicholas, you stay here with Elizabeth. I'll catch up with you later. Let's go.
How long do you think Lucky was standing there listening?
I don't know. And it's funny that he didn't even let us know he was there.
God, I feel like I don't even know him at all anymore. He must have heard what I was saying, and he didn't even try to stop me.
Maybe he felt uncomfortable.
I think he wanted me to tell you, and he's waiting to see how you'd react. Feels like Lucky is deliberately trying to push us together.
No, that doesn't make sense. Unless he's trying to test us somehow, or trying to be sure of you.
Or you.
What do you mean?
Well, would Lucky have any reason to think that, you know, you might be interested in me?
No, not that I know of.
I'm sorry. I don't even know why I asked that. Grasping at straws, I guess. What about before Lucky disappeared, before the fire? You guys ever discuss me?
Yeah, sure, all the time.
Well, could Lucky have ever gotten the idea that, you know, from things you said, that you might like me more than a friend?
You gotta be kidding. You and Lucky were so tight back then, it wouldn't have occurred to him that there was anyone else.
Seems like a lifetime ago now.
The way Lucky cared for you back then. Feelings like that don't go away. You're part of him. Even now, all Lucky wants is for you to be happy and cared for. Just a few minutes ago, he asked me not to go with him to the police station and to stay with you.
I used to know Lucky as well as I know myself. Now he's practically a stranger. What could have happened to make him change so much?
Lucky. Good, please, come on in.
What's with the armed escort?
Well, I didn't have a phone number or an address on you, and I needed to speak with you before I can proceed with your case.
What case? It's over with. Faison's dead. I'm free.
Not quite. Please sit down. Can I get you something?
No, thank you. What do you want to know?
First off, I owe you an apology.
Why?
It was because of my investigation after the fire that let everyone believe that you were dead. I mean, I went over the forensics reports countless times. Never came across anything suspicious. If I had just looked harder.
No, you know, Faison was good at covering his tracks.
Yeah, but as soon as he showed up in Port Charles, I should have suspected something and opened the investigation again. I could have saved you and your family a lot of suffering.
You're not to blame for Faison kidnapping me.
But because of me. The people who love you grieved for 1 long year. And you, I mean, you went through God knows what. It must have been terrifying.
It was strange. Faison is an angry man, but he was never cruel to me.
He kept you locked up. He led everyone to believe that you were dead. That's cruel, Lucky. Look, there's nothing I can do to get you back that year that you lost. But I promise you I'll do everything in my power to see that justice is done.
How? Faison's dead.
But Helena and Stefan aren't, and I know they had something to do with it.
Well, Helena did, anyway.
So tell me what you remember. Look, I'll see that you're protected, and I'll make sure the charges are brought.
No, Helena shouldn't be punished. I'm grateful to her. She helped me.
You don't have to cover for her.
I'm not.
All right, well, what about Stefan? What part did he play?
Faison worked alone. Helena and Stefan had done nothing with me.
Lucky. Why is my son here?
You should have told me that this was going to be a family gathering.
It's not. This is really between me and Lucky.
I think we're finished. I am anyway.
Wait a minute, I'd like you to sign some papers before you go.
Yeah, what kind of papers?
Just a formality to close the investigation into your kidnapping.
What? You can't close it.
Sure, I can hang around for something like that.
All right, it won't take long.
Mac, Lucky was kidnapped. He was held hostage for a year. My God, Lucky, there are so many unanswered questions.
But not legal ones.
Case closed, whether you like it or not.
Why are you protecting the people who hurt you?
I'm not. I'm just trying to move on or get away from them. By closing this case, that's a good start. Maybe then they'll leave me alone.
Please, hold off just a little bit longer.
I can't. I can't. Lucky swears the only person responsible for his kidnapping is Cesar Faison. He's dead. The case is closed.
But Lucky, you were under a lot of stress during that year. It's possible that you're not remembering it all accurately.
Why, you don't think I remember this last year?
I just don't want you to do anything that you might regret later.
Can we just move on with this?
Look, I know this is difficult, but sometimes it's best to cut your losses and move on, in spite of what you're feeling, Laura.
That's all I want. To put this past year behind me, be left alone.
I don't think I'll ever be able to completely leave you alone. I love you way too much for that. You're right. Thanks for taking care of him.
My family has a way of dragging everyone else in their personal problems.
It's okay, you know, your mom and I have been friends a long time.
But it's not okay with me.
Lucky, when you died, a piece of Laura died too. You know, now that you're back, the last thing she wants is distance between you two.
She created it every time she wasn't honest. You know what that's like? When the one person you can count on turns out to be the last person you can trust. You know, I bet you think my old man is a little out there, but basically an okay guy. Like, he's got his act together.
Not exactly.
Most people do, including my mother. But they're wrong. The less I have to do with either of them, the better off I am.
Try not to close everyone out.
I'm not. I know there's people I can count on, like my brother Nicholas.
I hope you'll include me in that list.
You are. I just wanted to tell you how much I appreciate you leveling with me about the night of the fire.
Like, one more thing, you know, I didn't ask your mom to come down here.
I know that. She does a lot of work here for the outreach program.
She probably saw you being questioned downstairs. But I did ask your dad.
What's going on, Commissioner?
That's what I'd like to know. What's he doing here?
Well, since he followed you halfway around the world, I thought he could shed some light into your kidnapping.
I don't know nothing that you haven't already heard.
What does it matter anyway now?
Why not?
Case is closed.
The hell it is.
Wait, you want to argue with the commissioner? I'll leave.
No, you stay. I'm leaving. Mac, you had no business dragging me down here and shoving me in my son's face.
Sorry, Lucky.
You know what? Can we just sign the statement and get this over with so I can get out of here?
Yeah, I'll see if the papers are ready.
Happy now?
Yeah, I am. It's over.
Well, it's not over for me. I know that Helena and Stefan were working with Faison before, during, and after the time you were nabbed.
You know, you and Stefan are more alike than I realized. Every time I see you, you question me like the Inquisition. And I try to stay away from you, but you keep turning up, and so does he.
Is he bugging you?
Well, I'm surprised you two aren't running into each other on a consistent basis.
Oh, that's just great. I've had about 35 opportunities to kill that bastard, and I haven't done it yet. What's wrong with me, huh?